I've written 2 true crime books. The first was An Unfinished Canvas with Mike Glasgow, and it was the Janet March story. The second one was A Season of Darkness. It was about the Marsha Trimble case, and I wrote that one with Doug Jones. Mysteries are the kinds of books that I like to read. I grew up with Agatha Christie. I enjoy those kinds of mysteries, cozies, or traditional mysteries. They're called by different names, but that's what I like to read, and so that's what I thought it would be fun to write. My new book is Pursuit in Provence. Jordan Mayfair is the protagonist that I introduce in this book, and I hope she'll be around in other books in the series. She's an architect from Savannah, Georgia, and she has an uncle who is a travel writer. He has just gotten a book deal in this book, and he has to go to Provence. Jordan is an amateur sleuth. She's not a police detective or a private detective, but murder and mayhem seem to happen all around her. So when she arrives in this little town, she gets involved in all the things that are going on with the residents there. This is a scene toward the end of the book. Jordan has been pursued throughout Provence, and she finally knows who the man is who has been pursuing her, one of the people who has been pursuing her. So they're at a historic site, and I'll just take up where she, as an architect, being very interested in the architectural structure, is examining the amphitheater, and she sees the man. I saw the steps to the tower in front of me and went up the curved, narrow set of steps that came out onto a view of the city. My heart was trying to leap out of my chest, know where to go from here. What had I been thinking heading up? It was the only staircase I'd seen. The view of the city was magnificent, so peaceful. What an incredibly peaceful place up here, with the wind whipping so high above the city that the street noise didn't reach you. And then he was there, as I knew he would be. He stepped up, breathing hard too. He pointed his gun at me and took a step closer. I backed against a rail that felt insubstantial. Another step, and he touched the point of the gun to the soft hollow in my throat. With a horribly grotesque smile, the man who had pursued and finally caught me said, "Would you like to fly?" One of my students, who has been my friend for quite a while, is Mary Church. We first met when I was teaching a web course, and she was taking the course. And after that, she came to campus and I taught creative writing at that time, and she took creative writing. And I think that was a real pivotal time in her life for a lot of reasons, and she was a great writer and continues to be a great writer. And so we have become friends, and she was one of my readers on Pursuit in Provence.
When I first read Pursuit in Provence, I was captivated by the character Jordan Mayfair. She was a woman who was close to my age and had 5 children, which I have 5 children. However, she was an architect, so there were just enough differences that I felt that she would be someone I would want to get to know. As I started reading the book, I was completely drawn in by Phyllis's incredible descriptive writing. After reading the book, I felt that I had taken a trip to Provence, and that's due to Phyllis's incredible descriptions. However, there's more than the descriptive aspect of this book that just drew me in. The fact that Phyllis could take elements of a cowboy, an Elvis tape, an art museum, the food, the architecture, you know, and then weave all of these seemingly unrelated things into such a cohesive story with such a surprise ending, and I don't want to give anything away.
I hope I've been an inspiration, especially when I taught creative writing. I had people from the community who came in and took the course, and they have continued to stay in touch with me, let me know what they're doing, ask my advice, and so I hope I've inspired them, and they certainly have inspired me.
If you were thinking about picking up this book and reading it, don't think about it, just do it. You will be swept away after the first sentence. It's a whirlwind of mystery, intrigue, romance, rock and roll, yummy food, beautiful scenery. You just have to read it. You have to go there.
My book came out first on Amazon, and it's available there, and it's now in bookstores and will continue to be available in bookstores. I'll be having some signings set up in the next few weeks as well. So there's a lot of availability for the book.